This video brought to you by my YouTube members and patrons. Thank you guys. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video, and the makeup is back. It's about time. We're mostly past the heat wave now, it's cooling down a bit, and I can actually wear it without just all of it just smearing down my face in the heat. And, you know, I've missed it. I really have. Today we're going to be taking a look at r/traumatizeThemBack, a subreddit about people being rude and mean to people, and then being met with the same energy in response. Very quickly before we begin, couple things to mention. First of all, YouTube members and patrons, you guys get an extra video every single week, and I really enjoy making them. So if that is something that you'd be interested in, please do consider joining. You can get it for as low as £1 a month. That's essentially 25p per video. So please do consider that, as it genuinely helps support the channel. Also, this video will be coming out on a Thursday, so I will be live in 2 hours as of this video coming out. That's 7 PM UK time. I stream every Thursday from 7 PM to 10 PM UK time. So please do come along, it's always a good time, and if more of you like the streams and want to watch the streams, I may end up doing more streams, so please do consider that. It's always a good time. But other than that, let's get into the subreddit, shall we? Maybe you should get your eyes checked. So for context, I only have vision in one eye. My other eye is underdeveloped and sensitive, so I wear a prosthetic to protect it a bit and for cosmetic reasons. I also work customer service on weekends. Today I was stocking a shelf and a woman in a wheelchair was browsing next to me. I didn't see her at first because, well, prosthetic eyes don't offer much peripheral vision. I realized she was there when she started yelling at me about how she was appalled that you wouldn't ask if I needed help reaching anything. I profusely apologized and explained that if she had asked for help, I didn't hear her, but that I'd be happy to get her anything she needed. She continued yelling at me, saying, "I shouldn't have to ask. I've been sitting next to you for the past few minutes. Maybe you should get your eyes checked." I was thrown off by this because I'm usually very good at being aware of my surroundings, so I highly doubt she was there for even a full 60 seconds. But even in the case that I was kind of daydreaming and not aware as I should have been, she never actually asked for help. I guess I was just expected to read her mind. I considered just giving her the appeasing customer service answer, but I've been at this job for a decade and I was feeling a little feisty today. I said, "Do you want to check it out for me?" She looked at me confused, so I repeated myself, "Do you want to check my eye out for me?" I took my prosthetic and went to hand it over to her. She was mortified and just drove away. Was it petty? Yes, but maybe she learned something, because I was fully expecting a manager complaint to come in and it hasn't. Honestly, I love that response. Get your eyes checked then. Okay, check it for me. Pulls eye out. Like, yeah, that would shock most people, I think, but fully deserved for how rude she was being. These are the kind of statements, like any statement you make about someone's body potentially not working, like, oh, you should get your eyes checked then, you should get your ears checked then, like anything like that. Like, you don't know who you're talking to. You don't know if they have something wrong with their eyes or something wrong with their ears or something wrong with any part of their body that might inhibit them or be a reason as to why something has happened. So just being immediately rude about it, like, that's recipe for disaster. The morning after pill. When I was in middle school, I had a religious studies teacher who was quite a religious fanatic, a bit racist and homophobic. She had stated that if her son were gay, she would disown him. The whole package. That's not just a bit racist and homophobic, that's a lot homophobic. In one class, the discussion turned to the morning after pill, and she told us that if a woman takes the pill 3 times, she'll become infertile. I told her that was an urban myth and not true, but she insisted on her view. I didn't push the matter much. As soon as I got home that day, I started working on a report about the morning after pill, its ingredients, whether it's safe, and I included research disproving her claims. I printed it out and pinned it to the classroom notice board. In the next class with her, I told her about the report I made and said, if you're genuinely interested in being informed on the subject, you can read the information on the notice board. It's a shame to spread false information, especially to students who believe you without a second thought. She looked at me, shocked, changed 10 shades of color, but didn't say a word. From that point on, she never challenged me again on anything medical related. Honestly, this is the response. Bringing medical evidence and saying, here is exactly why you were wrong, is really important, especially in a discussion as important about people's bodies, you know? It's teachers like this that are the reason that so much medical misinfo is spread around, especially in conservative communities where they wouldn't check. They wouldn't fact check a teacher like this at all. But also, you know, this is another one of those claims, like the morning after pill making you infertile after 3 doses, or the COVID vaccine making you infertile, or children are having their uteruses removed in hospitals that are making them trans, and all of that stuff. And it's like, so first of all, if the morning after pill made you infertile after 3 uses, or if the COVID vaccine made you infertile, so many people would be using that as a method, because that is so much easier than birth control or getting a hysterectomy. But also, you have to go through so many hoops. You have to jump through so many hoops to have any kind of medical intervention, to have a hysterectomy or have anything done to your ovaries or have anything done to the fact that you don't want to have children, right? So many hoops you have to jump through. Doctors will straight up refuse it if you're below a certain age, all of that kind of thing. So taking the morning after pill 3 times to cause infertility would be a very popular method, as would the COVID vaccine. But no one's doing that because it doesn't do that. That's not a method people are using because it's not a method that works, because it's just nonsense. I just don't understand how people come up with these ideas and just, don't even give it a minute to think through whether people would actually use that method for birth control or so that they never have to have children, because it doesn't work. And if it did, that's a method that would be used. Dude would not leave me the f*** alone at work. I work at a convenience store / gas station, and this guy comes in quite a bit. He's old enough to be my dad for sure. Just icky. I don't know. It's not looks or cleanliness, just vibes, but you get it. Anyway, he flirts with or hits on me every time I see him. Every time he acts like it's the first time we're interacting. So I don't really think it's me, as much as it is that he's just one of those that maybe gets off on making people uncomfortable. Or thinks he's some kind of player / ladies man. I don't know, but it's none of my older co-workers. I've told him I'm married, but his response was, he doesn't have to know. I've been getting increasingly more blunt about it, and this last time I decided to get mean. He came in, as usual, with his nasty piss beer and lotto tickets, and the whole time he's raking me over with his eyes and kind of smirking, making comments like, I can't believe they have a pretty girl like you closing the store by yourself. I'm not, but my coworker was cleaning the fryer in the back. I was kind of giving him disgusted looks, but I don't think he was paying attention to my face. Finally, he says, how about we go have some fun together after you get off? And this time I responded with a splutter. I think that's what it's called, when you do the incredulous sort of scoff laugh, like, I can't believe you just said that and I'm so taken aback I'm laughing more than offended. And an admittedly obnoxious ew. I wasn't expecting it to have much effect, honestly. Or if it did, just make him angry. Instead, he looked super taken aback, but also genuinely hurt. Like he really seemed like his feelings were hurt by that. I felt a little bad, honestly, but not bad enough to take it back. I handed him his stuff, and he left without another word. Mostly because it was pretty awkward after that. I kind of wonder if literally nobody has ever actually called him on his shit, and everybody does the sort of awkward giggle soft rejections like I was doing until he leaves. I don't know, but it was more effective than I thought. Anyway, he called later to complain to the manager that I humiliated and emasculated him, and demanded action be taken. After hearing my side, no action was taken. I haven't seen him since, so win, maybe? Maybe not the most satisfying story ever, but here we are. This is the kind of response that needs to be used more in regards to these people. If someone is making unreciprocated and unconsensual advances on someone who doesn't want those advances, they deserve to be met with disgust. It's as simple as, if he had hit on you one time and you had gone, I'm not interested, I have a partner, any response that says no, and he left it alone, then, fine, whatever. He tried, he took the no, and he left. But because he's repeatedly doing it and you're repeatedly saying no and that you have a husband, yeah, he deserves it. You humiliated him. He looked offended that you scoffed at him and said ew. He deserves it. He's gross. He's coming into a gas station and is repeatedly hitting on a married person who isn't reciprocating. He's gross. Scoff at him. Call him gross. That's it. That's what these kinds of people deserve. I made an old man uncomfortable. To start off, I know there have probably been thousands of posts with similar scenarios, but I just wanted to share my experience. I, female 22, am currently on sick leave due to a mild infection, not contagious. I decided to pop by the store to buy some snacks because I'm planning on binge watching my favorite movie series today. I bought popcorn, chocolate, some Coke, gummies, etc. I am aware this isn't the most healthiest of selections, but I do not care. I live near a retirement village, which means there are a lot of old people in my area. I don't know why, but the whole lot of them seem to be entitled. I've had my fair fair share of unsolicited comments, rude glares because I didn't help them carry their groceries to the car, and whatnot. I've grown used to it. But today was not my day. I'm tired, I am in pain, I miss my bed. While I was checking out, this old man behind me started chattering away about how my snacks are unhealthy and how a young girl like me should take better care of her body. I snapped at him. I've read enough posts here and have built up an arsenal of comebacks. I looked at the man dead in the eyes and said, "My dad just died. Forgive me for grieving in a way you don't approve." It shut him up real quick. He tried to say something else, but I just paid and left. My dad is not dead, by the way. He found this story quite amusing. Anyway, that's what happened to me today. Thanks for reading. Old people love making comments like this. I don't know what it is about reaching a certain age where an old person just thinks it's okay to comment upon other people's habits, bodies, eating, like anything like that. But like, maybe it's just a generational thing and they've always been like that, but I swear it's something that happens when they reach a certain age, right? And younger people, I don't know, our generations are so much aware of things like this that we wouldn't do that because we know that that's just not okay. I don't know. My granddad was like this a lot. He always made snarky little remarks like that, and I usually just, you know, laughed it off because he was an 80-year-old. He's dead now. He doesn't make those comments anymore. That sounds like I killed him. For legal reasons, I did not kill my granddad. But I mean, a response like this to shut up an old person who's making, you know, comments to someone like this, I hope that they don't make comments like this anymore to people after receiving a response like this. I guarantee they probably still do, but people need to learn. People really need to learn that comments like this aren't okay, and if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes, you know? Yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say on the subject. I didn't kill my granddad, I swear. Not making a better case for myself. The more I bring it up, the more it sounds like I did it. I don't comment on anyone's body shape, good or bad. And I never comment on anyone's weight changes unless they bring it up in conversation. Most people know it's rude to comment on weight gain, and yet don't think it's rude to comment on the opposite. I went through a terrible breakup last year and ended up dropping almost 20 pounds in a few weeks due to the stress and not eating. The amount of unsolicited praise I got was astounding. Whenever they would inevitably ask what I've been doing, I would be honest. Thanks, I just went through a terrible breakup and haven't been able to eat properly. One time I had a customer come in with her husband and comment on it, and then she proceeded to ask, "What's your secret?" I told her, "Well, first you need to experience a heart-wrenching breakup. Follow this with 2 to 3 weeks of starvation due to the emotional toll. Oh, and finally rounded out with cutting back on alcohol. Works every time." She became very quiet after that. This is the perfect response. Again, like, as they said, people know that it's not okay to comment on someone gaining weight, but think that it's okay to comment on someone losing weight. And in huge part, I think that's that, you know, in the last 100 years or so, it has been considered fashionable and a good thing to lose weight, right? Skinny has been considered better in, like, the societal view of, like, beauty norms, you know? Which is bullshit. It's stupid and it's bullshit. But I think that's part of the reason, right? But you combo that with, you know, eating disorders. Eating disorders can manifest in many ways. They can manifest in people eating a lot and gaining weight. They can manifest in people eating very little and losing weight. But regardless of how it manifests, an eating disorder is unhealthy. That's why it's called an eating disorder and not just the way that someone lives and eats and their lifestyle choices. It's an eating disorder, right? So when you comment on someone's body and you don't know their life, you don't know what they're going through, you don't know if these changes were because they wanted to change them, whether they were good or bad or what, just commenting on someone's body isn't okay and can be harmful. And eating disorders where people are starving themselves to lose weight, these people get a positive feedback, which makes it worse. They starve themselves, they put themselves in a really unhealthy position to lose weight, and then people unsolicited give them opinions about, "Oh, wow, you're losing weight, congratulations," which then, you know, in their mind is, "Oh, well, the thing that I'm doing is working," which then causes them to do it more. You know, you get what I'm saying? Commenting on people's bodies isn't okay, regardless, whether you think that you're saying something nice or bad. Like, unless you are talking to someone, you know exactly who you're talking to, you know exactly what's going on in their life. Say you're in a relationship with someone and you're complimenting their body based on something you know they want, that's fine. But like, someone that you don't know or someone that you only kind of know, commenting on their weight loss, their weight gain, their body, anything, isn't okay. And I don't understand how so many people don't get that. They don't realize that. You know what I'm saying? But that's probably a good place to end the video. video. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. If you would like to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally you can click on that join button on the channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless. But a huge, massive special thank you to all of the wonderful YouTube members and patrons that do support me. It genuinely helps so much, and it genuinely means so much. So thank you to everybody that does. To everybody that does support me or is considering supporting me, you get one extra video every single week, and that's for as low as £1 a month, which is essentially 25p per video. So if you think it's worth that, please do consider joining for that reason. I genuinely enjoy making my YouTube member videos, and I genuinely enjoy seeing the people that watch them. So please do consider. It really helps support the channel. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.